Well, hi everybody. You have reached Lasha at High Voltage. Welcome to the channel. For those of you that know me, you can skip past this part. If you happen to be scrolling by and you come across this channel and you like audiobooks in particular, and if you have any desire to listen to Andrew Gold's book, I am reading it and it's absolutely fascinating. It's called The Psychology of Secrets, and I already stated in one of the videos that I'll be reading a little bit every day. Also, if you've never been to this channel, if you want to know why I started the channel, please feel free to go to the playlist, and there's one playlist called Medical Malpractice, and take a read, and then you'll understand why I started the channel, why I'm trying to build this into a charity wherein I help people that need help through subscriptions, comments, and myself putting good content out. So, with all of that being said, 1 minute and 44 seconds in, let's waste no further time. And for those of you that are reading the book with me, we are on page 16 of Andrew Gold's Psychology of Secrets. Sorry for the dirty fingernail. I literally just got home from work about an hour ago, and I wanted to keep my word, and I'm very curious to read, and reading helps me sleep, and I hope it helps you do the same. So, Andrew Gold. Witnesses compete for modesty and righteousness to earn the term slave, implying you help others despite getting nothing in return. You get onto the hamster wheel, he tells me, and you get more privileges. You get given the microphone duty to take round the Kingdom Hall. You get to do the sound system. You then can go on the platform and give talks to the congregation. Every step of the way, you are commended and congratulated. It's this ego boost. It's this false sense of pride and self-esteem. They tell you to be humble, but everyone knows that you're in a higher position of power and that you have more authority over everyone else beneath you. When leaders of a cult or extreme religion have members competing with one another for righteousness and humility, it becomes easier to hide the secrets of the outside world from them. In cults and extreme religions, devotees are indoctrinated to wear their ignorance with pride. They carry secrets, particularly those kept from them. So, in their ambition, pursuit of modesty, Julia cut her hair short. Andrew Gold is speaking of his wife, Julia, and he was talking about his community and extremism. Or this could be a different Julia, because his wife's name's Julia, but okay, at any rate. So in her ambitious pursuit of modesty, Julia cut her hair short. Long hair was deemed immodest. She made sure her skirts were the longest. She prayed and chastised herself for having bad thoughts about her parents. She was compliant and strayed away from the outside world. When her parents forgot her birthdays and neglected to throw her a bar mitzvah, to celebrate becoming a woman at 12 years old, she refused to complain. I waited and waited for my parents to remember my bar mitzvah. My bar mitzvah was coming up. Finally, during Passover, on the night of my birthday, oh, I was right, he's talking about his wife Julia, my father looked at me and said, "Hey, isn't it your birthday tonight? How old are you turning?" I tried so hard not to cry, but I knew my voice betrayed my hurt as I said, "I'm 12. I love that sentence. But I know the voice betrayed my hurt as I said, "I'm 12. My parents looked at each other and laughed about how they had completely forgotten. Julia grew strong and refused to let them see her cry. That strength would later help her break from it's a Jewish community, if I'm remembering correctly. It's Haredi. I do not know how to pronounce it. Community. Started. I'm reading a little slower because I haven't pre-read it. And that was one of my goals, but I did not have time to do that. At any rate, Julia grew strong and refused to let them see her cry. That strength would later help her break free from the community, start a new life from scratch, become the CEO of a leading fashion firm, and work with model and media star Kendall Jenner and actress Gwyneth Paltrow. She founded and starred in the Netflix reality show My Unorthodox Life. You're kidding me. I'm going to go watch that. A mix between the Kardashians and a cult defector series. It details, this is fascinating, it details how she and her children are transitioning to the outside world while becoming fashionites and influencers. Everyone she does appears to be in the defiance of her authoritarian upbringing, in escaping the extreme the extreme secretism, collectivism of the Haredi community. She has embraced the expense, individuality of modern America. Through their reality series, she and her children appear to share their every thought and desire, no matter how personal, with the world. In the first episode, she chastises her younger daughter Miriam for musing that she might be kind of bisexual. Not kind of, Julia replies, "You are bisexual. Own it." It's a sharp contrast to the Julia of the Monsi. She had never given clues about her mounting discontent. Mounting discontent. Isn't it interesting when you sit down and write something as opposed to talking into your phone? I'm not guilty of that in any way. You are bisexual, own it. It's a sharp contrast to the Julie of Monse. She had never given clues about her mounting discontent. So when she felt the community, her friends and family were shocked. The secret of wanting to leave weighed on her so heavily that she considered taking her own life, only holding back for fear of what it would do to the rest of her family and their standing in the community. The standing in the community. Within the or in any community, that's me, Lasha. Within the Monse community, women in particular are shielded from such worldly evils. Julia's elementary school, they're only taught the basic elements of her religion amid other lessons about immodesty and taking care of babies. She tells me that is the sole role of a woman in the community. Their only way into heaven is through a man. The school had a chemistry lab that was never used. It was just there for appearances, in case of the government inspections. So I'm going to take the $2, I was going to call it a bookworm, into my book so I don't have to fold the pages. I'm going to leave it off there. That was a decent 10-minute read. Please leave comments. Actually, don't if you don't want to. And I'm not going to sell you on liking, subscribing, and commenting. Thank you for your time. And I will be back tomorrow with this. And also, there's a playlist that I started with the Andrew Gold readings. And the first two were really smooth. And then I did a reading last night or the night before. And we're still talking about Mary Jo, which is absolutely necessary. And the Kennedy men. And there is a playlist for that as well, which includes the book, all the chapters I've read thus far, plus all the clips. There are other book channels that are huge and fantastic. However, slow is the snap turtle, fast is the jackrabbit. However, one more thing. The reason that I've called this Psychology in Seattle is because there's a podcast called Psychology in Seattle with Kirk Honda, and I watched that for years. I still do watch it occasionally, and I have not unsubscribed. So anyways, Andrew Gold, thank you very much. I still need to do my video on menopause. These are very real situations, menopause. Thank you for the book, Andrew Gold. That's a wrap, and have a great night. And, like the gentleman said on my short, be good to yourselves.